Right, another one of these. This one is about something that I'm passionate about, really, motorbikes. I have been told I'm a biker. I'm not going down that route. What is a biker? No, bollocks to that. You can sort that shit out yourself. Now, I know the test these days is a pain up the arse, and I do believe it's to get motorcycles off the road, which is wrong. I think we've been fed a lie with all this net zero, because you could buy a 125 4-stroke, little Yam 125 4-stroke, little Honda 125 4-stroke, and they do over 100 miles to a gallon. Now, next time you're out in a car, just check out all the cars as one person, one car. Have a little bit of a count up. And then half that number, and say that half are doing a local run, going to work, post a letter, and they could do it on a 125 4-stroke Yamaha, which I've seen selling for 600 quid, 400 quid. You're going to have to do work on it. 600 quid, you'd get away with it just. They're not as heavy as a battery car, electric car. There's a lot less metal in them than an electric car. There's a lot less, when they come to the end of their life, that wants recycling. They will regularly serviced and looked after, and you don't need to be a brain surgeon to service a basic little 125 4-stroke. So you could do it and save yourself money. They will last forever. I mean, you look at the news. Look. Any time there's a disaster on the news, there's a tsunami, there's been 30-foot waves blasted somewhere. What goes past in the background? A C90 with mum, dad, gran, 2 kids, and the goat on it, and it runs fine. Small bikes will do that with minimum maintenance. It'll also teach people a bit of make do and mend, because we've lost that. We really lost that. Anyway, that wasn't really what I was going to do, but now it seems, I see it on Facebook all the time and social media all the time. I've passed my test. I want my first bike. What is out there? 600, 750cc. You're losing so much fun and experience. Back in my day, yeah, the test was easier, a lot easier. But money was tight. I passed my test on a KMX 125, kept it for a couple of years, bought KMX 200 because I couldn't afford anything else. And then I bought CB 250 RS. What a grand little bike. Oh, I learned more riding that bike than any other bike I've ever had. Swapped it for Z550 and realised I'd made a mistake. Yeah, big CCs. Wow, look at me, I've got a big bike. But the 250 RS would have run circles around it in real world. You got it. You got the 550 down a single lane road in Lincolnshire, and the RS would have run circles around it. So much better handling, easier, lighter. And the biking world is missing out on that. You've got to have big CCs. Oh, got to have a big CC. Don't know what's up with you guys. Don't know whether the old man's a bit small like and you need something to make it bigger or what. But you're losing out. You really are. And take it from somebody who's had an SV1000, had a 1050 speed triple. You're losing out. You really are. Get yourself a small bike. Like I say, a little 125, a little 250. We used to call them hacks back in the day, and I was actually talking to I was messaging a magazine editor about this, and they don't like calling them hacks now because people get upset. No, I've got an XL 250, 250S, 1981. It's a hack. I use it to go to work on, use it to nip down the shops on, use it to nip go to get a breakfast on, use it to nip going green laning on, use it to... It's a hack. And we need to get back to that, because if we can get people back to that, if we can get people on these little bikes, on these little 125s, 250s, that do big miles per gallon, and you have to start planning, oh, I'm going to go to town, I'll nip up the A17, oh, I'm going to go to town and I'll nip around the back roads, and then you'll realise you're smiling more, because those little back roads are a bit more fun on this little 125. You get to see more, you get to see more wildlife, you get to learn how to ride a bike fast and slow. And you can't ride a bike fast until you can ride a bike slow. It's a big mistake a lot of you are making. You think you pass your test on, I don't know, your 650 Suzukis or whatever the training schools use now, and you've got to have something bigger than that. No, you're getting it all wrong, guys, please. And this is one of the reasons, I believe, why we've got so many motorcycle accidents, is because you're passing your test and you think you're something you're not. And back in my day, we were exactly the same, but we couldn't afford a fast bike. You know, CB250 RS, what, 80, 85 flat out? But you could ride it flat out. You can't ride a 750, 600 flat out, especially with the road conditions we've got now. I couldn't even ride my bloody XR600 enduro bike flat out on the roads they are now without seriously hurting myself. So if we want to exist as bikers, motorcyclists, whatever you want to class yourself as, we've got to start going from, oh, this is a hobby, look at me, to this is what I want to be doing. This is my little 125, and I've got 10-15 miles to go to work every morning, and I've got 100 plus miles per gallon. No, look at me, you know, and enjoying it. And get yourself on YouTube. Go and have a look at these people doing big miles on them. There's people going Land's End, John O'Groats. I was backup driver for a group that did Land's End to John O'Groats. Best time of my life. I was so envious I wasn't out there on a bike. I had the job of driving the van, finding the parts, fixing the bikes. But best time of my life. When I meet my old mates and we all sit down, we've all got big bikes. We've got, you know, and shed-fulls of bikes. And we'll have a cup of tea and a bit of cake at a cafe somewhere, and we'll start talking about the days when we all went on 125s to Matlock. Or we all went to Skeggy for fish and chips. I mean, I remember going to Skeggy for fish and chips and being that fucking skin that me and my mate had to pool our money together to get a bag of fish and chips. But I'm talking 30 odd year ago, and I remember that. Would you remember that if we went on a GSXR 750 or something like that? Nah, it'd just be a blat, wouldn't it? We need to get biking back as a form of transport. So please start looking at these little things. Buy yourself a workshop manual. I mean, this is another thing. People don't fix the bikes anymore. Oh, I've got my chain wants adjusting. I've got to take it to the garage. Oh, for flip's sake. Do it yourself. Get a workshop manual. Haynes do them. Yeah, okay, a lot of people are saying, no good. But it's better than nothing. look on YouTube how to do these things, how to check your oil, check your tyre pressures, check your brakes. Even if you don't fix it, if you can go to your garage and you can go, well, I've looked into it and I think it points them into the right direction as well. Whatever you do though, don't go to the garage and say, my mate says it needs doing like this, because if I was a garage owner, I'd give you a backhander. That's why I fix my bikes and nobody else's, because I'd get so frustrated with that shit and I'd fall out with you. But yeah, please, if you're taking your test now, or if you just took your test and you're looking for your next big bike, please just spend a minute and just think, what do I want this bike for? Do I want it because the old man's not very big, or do I want it because I like the lifestyle and I want to enjoy myself? If you do, then you don't need your 650 plus cc's, anything up to 500cc, and there's some cracking 500s out there at the moment, Jesus is there. But then look at your smaller stuff, anything up to 250, 350cc that does big mileage, and use it as transport. Don't just use it as a hobby, because we need to get motorcycling recognised as a transport again and not a hobby. Because if we don't, I'll be the last generation of freedom. You won't, because they will screw you. I've enjoyed my life. I've enjoyed my little bikes. I've got a fucking shed full of them. I've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 250s built, 250 frame there. I enjoy it. I just, nip to work on them. I've got 4 350s. And try a trials bike. If you have got a problem with the old man and you need something to make it look bigger, buy us in a 250 trial bike. What's out there? Fantic do a real nice one. My mate's got a Fantic. I'm really a bit jealous of that. Gary, if you're watching this, do I get discount for being a sales rep? My mate Gary sells Fantics. And things like that, TTR 250s. I've got TTR 250, blue tank one, grand bike, electric start, kickstart, easy to work on, reliable, great fun. Go out green lane in, things like that. Look at them, guys, please. Anyway, I could rattle on about this all day because it is my passion, and I don't want it to die. I haven't got long, really, 30 year maybe if I'm lucky, but you guys have got the rest of your life doing it. If you want to keep doing it for the rest of your life, start using the bike as a form of transport. Get a bike to be a form of transport. You might like it. That's it for now, guys.